his sunglasses sold. I think sales right now at 1.2 million.
Hey,
He's doing something.
Bob wants you to run the tape. Bob, you say hit record.
But see, that's the thing, man. At the end of the day, it's a money thing. Like we have forgotten about football. It seemed like already. It's more what you can pour into our school at this point.
Well, and and they I think when they signed him, didn't they say they didn't have enough money for him?
Oh yeah, how you sign a man to a contract as a head coach? Now that's foreseeing for your ass.
And go look at the average ticket price now.
Oh yeah, I saw something, and it might have been inflated, but they was like tickets are $400 to $600 now.
I mean, just look who coming to the game every week.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear Mark Jones and who was? Mitchie, who was the dude?
Ex-football
player.
Reddick.
Yeah. Reddick was there.
Yeah,
he was in the booth.
Yeah. And they were saying it looked like the source for or
man, he said BET plus.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, I think Dion said that early in the week though. He said he was gonna have the sidelines looking.
But the ticket price is like $300, like more or something crazy like that.
It's crazy.
300%, I think.
But I don't know. Did y'all see Lil Wayne's performance and his music was off?
No,
it was.
I hate looking at that dude, man.
Hey, you see a Bob looking around? Bob ready.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, the only thing I'm gonna say about that is football is entertainment. Sports is entertainment. So you know you have to do something to bring in, you know, that revenue. You know, grab people's attention for ratings and all that. So I mean, they're doing a good job about it. Hell, that's how they're paying Dion right now.
Right.
With all the stuff that he's been doing, he bringing a lot of money to Colorado football.
Hey, let me piggyback on that.
Think about the recruits he's gonna be bringing in.
Yeah.
Let me piggyback on that. You know, I'm gonna call that the Mayweather effect, because now people not only paying to see him win, they're gonna pay to see him lose, and you know, that's how Mayweather made all his money. You get to a point where people not just paying to see you win, they paying to see you lose and get your butt kicked. So you know, it's gonna be a slippery slope with that, man, because I want to see what that fan base do when they start if they hit a losing streak, right?
Well,
you know what I'm saying, like, how cool is the sunglasses going to be then?
Well, ESPN just came out and said that game from last Saturday had the 5th best college football rating ever, 9.3 million viewers.
At 10 o'clock at night. Think about that.
I'm not gonna lie. I set my alarm to catch it because I knew that I probably was gonna forget it, and I had my alarm going off at 9:55 so I could tune in.
Exactly. That's crazy. Yeah. We talking about a Colorado and Colorado State game.
Exactly.
Bro, nobody was doing that for an Alabama LSU game.
Yeah.
But that's how much he was galvanized the situation.
So his 60 Minutes interview generated 11.8 million viewers. So he's definitely doing something.
That's a lot. Yeah.
But I think it goes back to what J.I. said. At a certain point, you're going to have money coming in to see this man lose. And I'm not saying who, but we know who is going to be pushing for the losses, for his demise coming up soon. You come in here and bring all that activator and that Jerry curl juice and them gold chains in here, and we don't like that.
They got an Aflac commercial together though, so.
Hey, Colorado knew what they was getting with Dion. Dion ain't changed.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure he came in there in the interview. He told them that he was bringing this swag to them, so they knew.
He didn't even have to tell them. We all know what Dion gonna bring to the table. I mean, he ain't had to say anything. Dion is Dion. He been doing this since day one. You know, he been a football player and an entertainer, and he performs. So. Right. I mean, hey, I'm sure Colorado and all them loving it.
I was on a call today for work. 2 guys from Colorado, and that's what they were talking about. They were talking about it, but like
in a good way or a bad way?
No, in a good way. In a good way, they were happy about it. But like you said earlier, you know, some people are waiting for the downfall. And K. Riles, your favorite guy, he tweeted the other night during the game. I want you to tell me who it is. I'll give you a clue. Uncle Ruckus. But he said that the game looks ghetto. So you know who that was, tweeted that.
Mr. Whitlock?
Yes.
Not
Mr.
surprised.
Whitlock.
Not
Not
surprised.
surprised at all. But I
see,
would ask this. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, K. Ross.
No, I was going to ask a different question. Like, on all this hype, I mean, this was a team that only had one win last year. So is this too much hype for a team like that? Are we looking at him resurrect them to the top a little too fast? Because to your point, once they start losing games, which we all believe will happen against Oregon or USC, or probably both, is the tide going to change on Deion? They're going to start calling him overrated and saying there's too much attention when they should be focused on winning football games.
Yeah, they're going to point right to the sideline. Look who they got on the sideline, and that's what y'all know my motto since the first recordings, where I want to see when things go wrong, if things go wrong, how people respond. But here's what we need to focus on. There was a moment, I can't remember his name, but no, I think it's number 3, wide receiver, right? I think he was up to that point kind of disappointed in himself, and Deion, came onto the field while he was coming back to the sideline, talked to him, said some things in his ear, and they embraced each other. Now that moment right there, man, was big, because if you dig back into the guy's background, I think he didn't grow up with his father or something like that. I can't remember the exact story, but the fact that Deion, besides all the glitz and glamour, the man is a real coach. The man is a real father figure to these guys, man. And it's like we are blinded, or we are very into the glamour, the excitement, the glitz, but he's really doing something to galvanize these players, man, to get them to believe. I mean, because Colorado State came out swinging, bro. That was like Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson, damn near, in my opinion. And the way that they showed the resiliency, I mean, Deion's doing something, and we can't forget that and let that get lost in all this craziness going on around that team. But I think he's really touching these guys on a different level.
I mean, that's a great point. I mean, he's been doing it for years since he retired, though, with youth football. He got a tremendous football following, back down in Texas, been doing things in Atlanta, different cities like that. But to your point, you listen to his pregame speeches, even when he was at Jackson State, it's all about trying to develop these guys into men. And, it's very easy because you got someone who's extremely flashy in prime time, but that to be overshadowed. But that's a great point that you have. Like, he has been going, really trying to mold these guys. And I mean, you even got guys, think about it, they coming from HBCUs, and now they're going all the way up to a major conference. And, for them to be able to just come in and be themselves, and he supports them, has their back, but at the same time still willing to give them tough love and update them, inspire them as well, it's huge.
Yeah, he did that for the running back that first game against TCU. He fumbled when he was up, and I think I saw him. He went over there. He gave him a hug. He talked to him, and then the dude ended up breaking like a long touchdown run later in the game. You don't see a lot of that from most coaches. But I'll say this: if it was my son, I would definitely let him play for him.
Yeah, and the thing is, man, the haters, they've been pushing that narrative on Deion all these years. They're not going to talk about all the positives, what he brings, as a human being, as a football coach. They so caught up, in I guess him doing it his way and not their way. So now, they want to complain or find anything that they can to kind of knock him off his pedestal. And instead of talking about the good things and how he influenced these kids, man, and I say this all the time, athletes, the coach, the players will run through a brick wall for the right coach. And that's what they're doing with Deion, because they know Deion has their back. He's not going to jump off, yell at him, embarrass him and do all of those type of things. I mean, he's going to lift you up. And that's why he having so much success.
So, sports guy, let me ask you a question. And this for actually everyone. So we done seen a couple of coaches that he's gone up against, like to your point, hate, be disrespectful. His son has called him out. Matt Rule was one of them. Colorado State coached another. Remember last year, Jackson State, when he went up against, I want to say it was Robinson's son. Yeah, son. Yeah, how he try to take shots at Dion. What do you think that is? Do you think that's because they're jealous of the success that he's garnering and the attention, or is that coming from somewhere else?
Let me answer that for you. I think part of it is that they might feel like he didn't have to go through what they had to get through to get to that position. They probably feel like he Deion Sanders, so that's how he got the coaching job anyway. That's just my thoughts on that.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll piggyback on that. Not to cut you off, sports guy, but when you say that's Deion Sanders, yes, that's Deion Sanders. That's a Hall of Fame cornerback, Hall of Fame football player, multi-sport player. So he's what he brings to the table. You can't discount that. You can't discredit that. I mean, so you were talking about a guy who has a football mind, a sports mind. To add to what sports guy was saying, that he not only brings that sport aspect, he brings that father figure aspect. He brings that uplifting voice when I know things can get down, but listen, it can get better, and this is how we're going to do it. So, hey man, the hate is going to come when you're successful or when you're a man of faith. And as Deion has put that first, I think that could be too, that he puts that faith out there. And it's coming from somebody with so much swagger and so much just in your face, but he's not ashamed. He's not apologetic. And he lets you know that I'm going to do this my way. And people can't handle that. But yet, if you on the flip side, a Saban can be a Saban. What's the New England's head coach? He can be his way, like with the stern face and boom, boom, boom. But Dion can't do it with a charismatic way, a way that shows that I'm enjoying what I'm doing. No, it's just funny how things get spun.
Can we all agree on something though? We're all Colorado Buffalo fans, right? At this moment,
with it, man.
yeah,
I'm above.
Yeah,
I'm above. But now my concern is we are a copycat society. I don't need to see Michael Irvin and Charles Barkley as no head coaches next year. And Jerry Rice as a head coach next year. I don't need to see this stuff start out and everybody trying to grab some prominent football player from the late 90s and saying, we need you to bring that to our organization.
Well, we already saw it. Remember Ed Reed, and that lasted for 2.5 seconds. At the news conference, he went off about the whole facility and everything they were doing wrong until he got fired.
There's only one prime time.
Prime is genuine though.
Exactly.
He's genuine.
There's only one prime, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, you said it. He's who he is.
Yeah.
Somebody else that might have to come in there and try to fake.
And the thing is, people try to act like he hasn't earned it. Man, Deion didn't come from no silver spoon, grew up, family with a lot of money. He went to college. Hey, man, he played baseball, football. This man excelled in every sport that he played. So he got a lot of knowledge when it comes to, being on a team and how to coach his players and what it takes to be a leader. He's been in those locker rooms. I think I heard something about Deion, like scored a touchdown and hit a home run like in the same day or something like that.
He got on the plane and went to the Braves game the same day.
I'm like, man, hey man, this dude has done a lot. He played, Dallas, San Fran. So this man has the knowledge, so it ain't like they just picked him up off the street and all of a sudden, he's a good coach. Hey, he's a smart guy. And I think people need to start giving credit for, the type of coach that he is. I mean, come on, he went to Jackson State. I mean, he lifted that program. I mean, they got to count for something.
Yeah. Even in Colorado, I mean, the first year, this is first time really getting used to recruiting in the, top conference. And, they had that team as competitive as it's been so far. I mean, that's only showing that as long as he stays there, the rumblings already start talking about him going to the league. I mean, Colorado got a bright future.
Yeah. Let's touch back on that Jackson State real quick. Didn't he with his own money upgraded the facilities, the locker room and all that stuff with his own money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he got some hate or some backlash for that. You know, so it's like, man, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah.
But I'm wishing the brother much success, and I hope it's not one of those things. To your point, K. Rouse, that one season or two seasons, then you jump and ship and go to the league. I mean, at some point, you want to see him kind of really take a program with sustainability success. And
yeah. Well,
not
don't
just
forget,
like
he always wanted to be an NFL head coach, and my thing is that not to bring this up, I'm gonna bring it up. When other certain types of coaches make that jump, the players are pissed off, but no one gives the coach any real backlash. Whereas if he does that, does he deserve the backlash for jumping to the league?
No,
Oh, man, they gave him backlash for jumping to Colorado.
Yeah.
I mean, but the
From
only
Jackson
thing
State.
I asked about that, I think that his style definitely fits like the college game,
Yeah.
dealing with those young men. If he went to the NFL, I wish him the best, but it ain't gonna be the same. You're gonna be dealing with grown men.
Well, we kind of already seen that before. There's a certain coach for a certain team on this panel here that once said he want winners. They haven't been able to get another head coaching job since. So,
hey, but the thing is with Deion, the thing is with Deion, he's garnered that respect. So naturally, they're gonna follow him because of Deion. A lot of them coaches that been jumping in and out of the NFL, man, they didn't gain no respect. You think about Urban Myers, what you talk about, the locker room, Steve Spurrier, Chip Kelly, Matt Rule. All of those had problems where the players didn't follow them. They didn't think they were genuine. They didn't have no credibility, So, hey, even Nick Saban went into the league. It didn't work for him. He's a better college coach than NFL. So the thing is, don't hate on Deion if he do go to the league. There's plenty of examples prior to him that didn't get that hate and wasn't successful and so forth. So anything coming at Deion way right now is just plain hating.
But he gonna have to change if he does get that opportunity, because you can't be rubbing the shoulders of no 30-year-old man and hugging him because he fumbled the ball.
It's okay, son. It's okay.
It's a little bit different, right?
He's gonna have to adjust. He's gonna have to adjust and find other ways to motivate.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that would be interesting to see.
I don't know, but I will say this: he's good at what he do, and I'll say any athlete. The most important things when you're playing sports is confidence. Everybody have a skill set. They've been all pros. They've been great players and so forth. Once you get that confidence, that's when your skills take off. And Deion is a master of understanding that part of the game. Let me get your confidence up, so now you can go out there and perform.
okay. We'll see. I wish him nothing but the best. I would like to see him stick around for a couple recruitment cycles and see how good he can get that program really up and running before he just ups and goes to the next level. Because I don't want the man to succeed at this and then he hop out there in them waters and get his name tarnished. And ain't no shoulder rubbing gonna say that. So.
Well, I got a good buddy who's a Bama fan, and he's like, "Oh, when Saban retire in a couple years, we can bring old Deion over." You know how they be thinking.
They ain't gonna have that. No.
Good stuff.
All right, so we'll continue to follow Colorado, as like Rope says, we're all Buff fans as of now. We
bandwagon Buff fans.
Yeah, bandwagon. Hey, ready to hop off as soon as one of the wheels break.
Hey, as long as Deion there, we there.
I know, right? I know,
right? Time, baby.
That's my coach.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and sign on off, and that's gonna be it. Go Colorado.
Go Buffs.